Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers in Philadelphia. Like it, love it, hate it.
I don't like it for two reasons.
Okay.
One, I got to root against him. This is, I could root for the Clippers.
Yeah.
And if the Celtics ever played the Clippers in the finals, okay, but Philly, I can't root for him now,
I love it. I'm
go so far as to say we're friends.
I love it, Bob. I love it because now we see him more. It gives this Philly rivalry.
I mean, this history. There's too much history, and B, I wouldn't want to mess with that team. I don't want to mess with the Simmons. Now we don't know what we don't know what Elton Brand told him about. Oh, I'm going to trade Embiid. I'm going to trade Simmons or what or I don't know. But I just think that let somebody else forward it. I see he's quoted. I haven't talked to him. I've texted him kiddingly about a couple of things, but I haven't talked to him specifically about the personnel. I see him quoted as saying, "Oh, look at the personnel on that team." Well, beyond Embiid and Simmons,
Tobias is a good player. Tobias is a nice player.
Harris is, he's a good player. But I mean, it's not like I don't know. Anyway, it's so fast, Oh my God! And didn't waste any time, did he? I think it would have been great for would have been to me. I would think, hey, he takes a year off, play some golf, waits till a better job comes along. He surely will be in the mix of any opening that would come along in the next year. But hey, I guess he's just got the bug, huh? Must have the bug. The coaching, I'm the guy that says what time the bus leaves, bug, and I call it, and he's got the bug.
Here's what I would say to it. To me, is there's very few that are better at handling people than Doc. So I do think Doc can go in and Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Think about it. When they came on board, it was tanking. Brett Brown really had no chance. Now they've got a clean slate with Doc. He comes in, former NBA player. He's won a championship. They know who he is. He can deal with people. If there's anybody that can figure Ben and Joel out and get them to play together, it is Doc Rivers. Now, I'm really interested to see how Doc handles Ben and shooting the three. Does he do what everybody else has been imploring Ben Simmons to do for the last few years, which is we want you to shoot 3 threes a game, and if you don't, you're not playing the next game. Like, you're not playing the next game. Does Doc do that because understanding that that's the only way the Sixers are going to be able to maximize their talent and their ability? They've got 4 good players. The question is, again, can you figure out how to put all the pieces together? Or if you're Elton Brand, do you work with Doc and figure out how you move one of these guys, and who do you move? Do you move Embiid? Do you move Simmons? My bigger question is always Embiid's health. Does that hold up?
Yeah, that's always a big one. And then there's the Simmons and the 3-point thing. I mean, do we just accept him for what he is and you have to work around it?
No. You have to try to get Ben Simmons to eventually be comfortable shooting the 3 and being that if you Rondo him, if you're playing him like you play Rondo, he's got to shoot the basketball and make him pay.
Well, I agree, and I don't understand how he's been allowed to get this far, as a professional.
That's Brett Brown's
after
fault.
the first year, I was kiddingly saying, lock him in the gym for 3 hours a day all summer. Remember when we had summer? Remember that? It was the off season, the old days. And, and that's that. And it was never done. And he didn't do it. And, it was such a big joke. It was a big joke when he finally made a 3. That's ridiculous. And, I hate the 3, but it's part of the game. It's I'd get away with it. I'd let him, get rid of it tomorrow. But all right, that's not the way the game's played. I understand that, and certainly he's going against the grain. Well, anyway, I'm happy. Look, I'm always happy for Doc. Doc is such a. I'm glad he's closer. I'll see him more often. That's fine.
You'll see him a lot now.
I just can't believe he's coaching the Philadelphia 76ers.
Well, like you said, you just can't believe how quickly everything happened, because we didn't expect him to get fired, number one. No. And then he lands on his feet so quickly for a team that honestly is as talented as most in the NBA. Maybe not as any, but they're right there.
He obviously thinks so. I mean, he was quoted as saying, "I look at the talent. How could you not want that job?" So there it is. And you know, you never
Listen,
know.
Doc's dealt with headaches before. I mean, think about it.
Nobody's going to drive him crazy. That's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Even maybe Kyrie would be the exception to all rules, you know, but other than that, I don't know anybody else that would drive him. He's going to be fine. He'll deal with the temperaments and all that. Yeah.
And it's funny. I mean, I know Joel and Ben, both of them fairly well. I mean, from college and even from AAU ball for Ben. And they're both each to their own. They're both good kids. They're just so different in their personalities that I think that, and again, we've talked about this in the show a little bit. When Joel came in, he made his own rules. He was allowed to make his own rules because of the injuries, because he was kind of the franchise, because he had that big personality and he produced when he was on the court. It was kind of Joel's rules. And then when Ben came in, again, his personality's polar opposite, you know, and he didn't like the fact that Joel had his own rules.
I'm told that, I'll put the 3-point thing on the side for a moment, that he is a hard worker, that he's a good practice player, you know, and all those things that coaches generally value. He's got that. We just have that's odd quirk that, you know, that makes him different. Makes him different than everybody else in the league. And, you know, particularly at his position. So, you know, and by the way, you know, the position, of course, we're in a positionless basketball. We are so deep into it. Really, you know, we are. I mean, was he really a forward? You know, I don't know. It doesn't matter to how we can label these guys any longer.
No, not anymore.
No. Look at. We go back to the game last night. Dwight Howard started and played 8 minutes. So basically, you know, and Davis, he's a big. He's not a 4. He's a 5. He's a 4.5. He's a 5. You know, he's a big. Correct. And that's what we are. And Brad Stevens articulated it last year. You got bigs, wings, and ball handlers.
Yep.
That's basketball now.